What productivity means for me now in this phase of life of being a mom.
Way back when, before the grown-up phase, we're one best friend. It was easy going roll. Life was anything but fair, but somehow we did.
Over the next few days, I'm just getting things together. There's so many little life admin things that we're checking off the list, having just a productive next few days. I feel really good. I feel really ready to just accomplish all these little things. So far today, we've already gotten the car washed. We did a return. I picked up some photos from a photo order we needed, tidied up the house a little bit, feeling really great there. And now I'm about to get a workout in. I wish I could go to the gym today, but I have a call in just an hour, so I just don't have time to go there, come back, get ready, all that. So I'm opting for an at-home workout today. Get some other things done the rest of the day, but tomorrow we actually have a meeting to hopefully get TSA pre-check by the time we have a trip next week. We leave this weekend. I'm not counting on having it by then, but when I was researching, it did seem like people get it pretty quickly after the in-person meeting, so I'm praying that happens, but it's okay if it doesn't. Workout. It was 40 minutes. I'll link the one I did from Sydney Cummings. You do not need a ton of time to work out. That was just pretty intense for a short amount of time. I've been doing her workout since 2020 and they're just so good. I am so thankful I found her then. I'm about to make myself some electrolytes, which I do every single day, but especially after I work out, it just is the most refreshing thing. I actually think we've had a pretty mild summer here in Texas lately. It's felt like that. We haven't had a ton of 100-degree days, but I know August is typically when that really amps up. So these are definitely gonna come in handy. This is the electrolytes from Element. I have shared them so many times before. I'm so thankful to be partnering with them on today's video because they're the electrolyte that's made with everything that you need, nothing that you don't, no added sugar, but they taste incredible. I have this little spinner here in our pantry. It has all my favorite flavors. This is the raspberry salt. I love the watermelon salt, the citrus, and I also have a link, drinkelement.com/Michelle Reed. It'll be linked at the top of the description box. If you use that link, you will get a free sample pack with any purchase. Such a great way to try all the flavors, find the one that you really like. Personally, I like all of them. I really do. I'm not even just saying that. It is such a misconception that you only need electrolytes if you have this super intense lifestyle, you're a crazy athlete. That is not true. I can tell such a difference when I am taking these every single day. If I am not taking these every day, I find such a big difference with, I get more headaches lately. I have that 3 p.m. crash if I'm not taking these before then. And so I always make sure this is a part of my routine. And especially after I work out, I crave it. So again, I will have my link. It's drinkelement.com/Michelle Reed linked at the top of the description box. And that will get you a free sample pack with any purchase.
Honestly, we can kind of breeze through this. I just wanted to make sure we touched base.
No, these are helpful though. I was just gonna make sure. Just got off my call. It was super quick. I'm really excited because our sink actually came in, that giant box back there, because now we can actually have our countertops installed. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do this next week while we're out of town. That just makes the most sense. But to have a new sink, a new faucet part of the sink, and countertops, I cannot wait. Our kitchen has been a very just slow moving process of doing things here and there. I am itching to have the island removed. This island is huge and it's just in the way. I do want an island in here, but I think we're just gonna get a standalone island because this one is just ginormous. It blocks everything. That, a dishwasher, a new dishwasher, but they're not taking that out until the flooring comes in and they do the floors, which is probably the biggest part of everything. Definitely a slow process, but we're moving along. Another thing that I got in the mail I wanted to show you, that is this stroller. And a funny story about this stroller. This is a travel stroller that I used to have. I kept this one in our car. We also have the Up a Baby stroller, but this is just really convenient for going in and out of stores. It's really easy to collapse. Probably about 6 months ago, this stroller went missing. I have absolutely no idea where it went. I kept it in my car, so I don't know if someone stole it out of my car. I am more thinking that I probably left it somewhere, but I don't even see how I would do that. I haven't had the stroller for a while. I actually ordered a different one a couple weeks ago. I was skimping on price. It was really, really cheap, and it was just not a great stroller. I just couldn't make the other one work. This one isn't even that much more expensive. I think it's maybe $20 or $40 more expensive, but just push this lever. Folds. So convenient and easy. All that to say, something on my list is actually to return the other stroller. I'm hoping they take the return because I did put the wheels in because you had to assemble it a little bit, but we never actually used it outside of just testing it out in our home. So we'll see. If they don't, that's fine. It's not like I lost a ton of money. I'm gonna prep some dinner things right now. It's only about 1:30. The 5 o'clock hour has just been especially chaotic lately in our house. I used to do this a lot when Connor was a baby, so I'm trying to get back at it a little bit. I'm making this apricot chicken from Half Baked Harvest. I have made this so many times. It's just one of our family's favorites. I'll link it down below if you're interested. I haven't made it in a while though. I'm just packing up our stuff because we're gonna go swim at my parents' house and then come back here, do the whole evening routine. In the evening lately, we've been diffusing. This is a sleep essential oil from Vitruvi. It is so nice. It just makes the room smell so calming and cozy before bed. I have a couple things I need to get done on my laptop tonight. For that, I'm gonna go try to find my passport. I have not used my passport in forever, but I need to bring it to the appointment tomorrow. I think it's in our filing cabinet that we use for important documents. Secured. This has been my current fixation breakfast. It's so simple. I just have 2 grass-fed scrambled eggs. This is some jalapeno cheddar sourdough I got from the farmer's market, and some fruit, which we're running low on. Otherwise, I'd have more. So simple, and I'm not trying to be annoying by saying grass-fed. It really does just taste better, especially the eggs. Heading to the gym right now. Lately, I would say I've been doing 2 days at the actual gym and then 2 days at home working out 4 days a week. Sometimes it's just 3 days a week. I do prefer being at the gym. I just feel a lot more motivated at the gym, but of course that's just not always something that I'm able to do. This morning we did our pre-check appointment. So quick, so fast. The woman who was working it too was just so friendly. I am always so thankful for really sweet, kind customer support people. I know it can't be easy to be that way, especially when you're dealing with just a lot of different people. I imagine it would be easy to get kind of over talking to people all the time, but she was so sweet. But yeah, headed in here, I'm hoping to get a good run in and then possibly an ab workout. Yesterday I did a lot of full body weight, so I'm not really feeling like lifting any weights, but a good run sounds nice. Very quick grocery haul. We mainly just needed produce, and then also I picked up a ribeye for dinner tonight. I have been feeling just a little bit low on iron, so we're gonna split this, 8 and I. Some bananas, peaches, of course. Right now the peaches are so good. These aren't quite as good. I wanted to go to a local market that has really good local fresh fruit, but just didn't make it. It's a little bit more out of the way. A cucumber for a salad tonight. I also grabbed a lime in one of the bags I need to pull out because I'm gonna make some guacamole. We have a lot of avocados that need to be used. Strawberries I'll chop up, and some watermelon, and perfect bars. Connor also likes to eat these too, so I like to grab these for us. I'm also sorry our AC is so loud. We definitely live in an older house and some of the things are just a little bit quirky, but I've been wondering, why is the AC so loud and why does it sound like that? We have 2 units and one of them is older. We are gonna have to replace it sometime, probably in the next year. I think it's this one because it's on this side of the house. I'm not sure how much more time I'll have, but I would love to do a quick tidy up of the house, throw in some laundry, chop up these strawberries, prep those, and take a quick shower. Let's see if we can do it all in 30 minutes or so. I'm feeling good. This house is a little bit bigger than the last house we rented, and I have to say it's great. I really like having the extra space, but even just doing a quick tidy definitely takes a little bit longer than before. Yeah. It made me want to ask if you have a Roomba vacuum. Do you find that that's useful for vacuuming around the house? Does it work? Especially if you have a dog with dog hair, that's kind of what we're considering, but our house has so many, it doesn't have so many levels. It's a 1-story house. It steps down in the sunroom, so I don't know how that would work with a vacuum like that. Right now we vacuum twice a day. It's not a huge deal, especially because Connor really likes the vacuum, so it's something to do. It's also another thing to have to keep up with.
I know you showed me your affection, but I was looking for perfection. So I moved on and on and on to someone new, as if no one knew what I was going through. I know you think I'm just pretending, and that I can't rewrite the ending, but to move on and on and on to someone new isn't how.
We've had a very sweet morning so far. Aiden actually woke up with Connor, which is nice every now and then because sometimes I do feel I just need a bit more sleep. But I will say the days that I do that, I do feel a bit chaotic, just waking up straight to my child and not having time to really get my ducks in a row before actually entering the day. I've been a bit scattered this morning. We went to the park. We just had to get out of the house a little bit. I was gonna go to the gym. I like the idea of working out, but that just felt a bit too much. Running to the gym, coming home, doing the whole thing. So instead, what sounds really nice is just to do some things on my laptop, have a little life admin laptop session of getting some things done. I've been coming up with a list as the morning has gone on of just some things I'd like to get to. I have a video I'm working on, some things I need to plan for that. I have a spreadsheet that I track my income on, and because I am self-employed, income is just coming from different streams, whether that be through working with brands or just through YouTube ads or affiliate links from a lot of different sources. And so I like to keep track of that just so I know where everything is, what things are on time, what things are late. Honestly, I hadn't filled this out for months, but on a road trip we just did, I went through one of the days when Connor was sleeping in the car and I just went through all of it and I knocked out so much. So now I'm really motivated to stay on top of it. Some home things, I am so excited because our flooring actually just arrived. So when they're doing our countertops, hopefully next week, not hopefully, they are doing them next week, they're also going to try to put in the floors too, which is amazing. We were not expecting that until probably September. I'm really excited, and now I really want to get things going on the house. So some of the things I want to search for, I do like the window treatments they have in the breakfast nook, but I have always loved the idea of having cafe curtains right here. I just think that those would be so sweet with the windows. I'd like to measure, see if we can find some. Our knobs that we have, I also want to switch those out. I always like the idea of switching out these knobs to gold knobs, but our hinges are silver, and that is just something I'm not going to replace. I do not want to do that. We do not want to do that. Do still want to switch these out too, and I'm thinking I'm just going to do something that matches the faucet that we got too, because we do have all knobs in here, so it should be pretty easy to switch out. Can you tell I'm ready for a haircut? My hair has been driving me crazy. I'm also still thinking about a light fixture in here. I can't decide if I want to go more the chandelier route or something a bit more modern. I think I'm leaning towards the chandelier, but because the ceiling is sloped, we just have to be careful with how we install it. Process of actually getting window treatments in the rest of our house, and I'm well aware they're expensive, but for some reason I thought these little cafe curtains would just be cheaper because they're not full-on window treatments. One of the websites I looked at, just for 2 small panels for one of the small windows here, $500 just for 2 panels. I think I'm going to get some from 2 Pages. It seems to be the most affordable, but they're not even real linen. I was wanting to get real linen fabric, so I see why people make these themselves. If you know how to sew, I totally get it now because I watch so many DIY videos. I'm just not trusting myself to do that, especially given that I cannot sew, but I get it now. Great news that our TSA pre-check got approved today. That took 1 day. This is your sign if you've been putting it off. I would definitely recommend. All we had to do is go to the website, and then we just went to a Staples, did our fingerprints super quick. If you have a passport, that's the only thing you have to bring, and even if you don't, I think you just need a couple of other things you have to bring. So I'm gonna try to add that to our reservation, and then I'm gonna do some journaling. I have had just a lot of thoughts up here, and it's definitely made me feel a little bit shaky. A lot of things about technology lately. I've just been thinking about technology. I'm listening to a podcast right now from the author of The Anxious Generation, and it is very enlightening. And I feel like this has been a conversation a while, just about how technology really isn't great for us. And I always think it's funny when I talk about this on my YouTube channel that I made with technology, that you're watching with technology, just how fast everything has evolved. And even now, thinking about AI and everything, I get heebie-jeebies from these things so easily. I think especially having a child, just how different the world is now than when I grew up. And even for me, I definitely grew up with social media, and a huge part of me is so thankful because if you don't know, I made these videos. I started making them when I was so young. Middle school, I think, is when I really got started, and it was such a just naive, harmless thing for me to be doing. And now just to think that it's blessed me, it's blessed my family so much, I'm so thankful. So I'm not someone who thinks technology is completely a negative thing, but I have found for myself, particularly lately, really being influenced by it and just really assessing my habits of always wanting to be on my phone. My attention span isn't as great, and things that, especially as you're raising a child, you want to see them grow up with, you know, these wonderful traits of a wonderful, kind, beautiful human, and just seeing yourself not really having those traits. And a big part of it being this right here. And it's something I always go back and forth on of, I need to break my phone addiction. I need to stop scrolling so much. How do I do that? And I'll go through phases of being better at it, and then I just get hooked on it again, because I do find for me in this job, the more that I'm consuming and aware of the trends and aware of, you know, what people are watching, the better everything performs. A lot of time that results in making more money and all these things that we associate with success. But even that side of things, I've been thinking about just the cycle of making more money so you can buy more things, so you feel like you have to keep making more money. And it's really just this rat race of consumerism. And then I wonder why I can't sleep at night sometimes. This is just my train of thought. I also just finished another book that was specifically related to boys. I'm forgetting the title right now. It was a pretty long title. I'll put it right here. That was very eye-opening and very great. So just some things that I'm thinking about. All that to say, when I journal and write these things out, I do find it helps me, especially before bed, versus just, you know, going through the motions and thinking all these things and then just trying to go to sleep, because that's usually not going to work. That is going to be it for today's video. I used to do a lot of these productive vlogs back in the day, and they have definitely shifted in terms of what productivity means for me now in this phase of life of being a mom, because it is different. And I think that that's been a whole shift as well, knowing that raising a tiny human, a lot of times it doesn't feel very productive every day, but we're playing the long game. And ultimately, we've been having so much fun lately. We've had some really, really good days with Connor. He's just really growing up so quickly, and honestly, he's been an angel. He's been so just happy and content, which is great when your child is feeling that way. So I'm so thankful for you guys. It was nice just to stick around here for the last few days. We are headed to Lake Tahoe. That'll be my next vlog. I am vlogging that trip, so I'm excited to bring you guys along. We have been anticipating this trip, so excited for this trip for a very long time. And yeah, I think it's gonna be really fun. So thank you guys for being here, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.